Hey guys, this is going to be part 2 of working on the 5,000 watt Homelite generator. I said you can see right here the head gasket's been seeping a little bit, so we're going to pull the head off, put a new head gasket on it. I'm going to surface the head. I may or may not fix this spark plug. We'll see what it looks like from the other side and go from there. So let's just get right to it. Start taking them head bolts out. Okay, for some reason there's a clip underneath there. I don't know why. All these head bolts should be the same length on this. Here's just the smaller engines that had the 3 long head bolts. Also noticed it's leaking over here too. Alright guys, so this appears this has been fixed before, as you can see. I don't know if somebody did it wrong or what, got it crooked. If somebody put a helicoil in it before, or some type of thread repair in there. And it appears to be sealed good. I mean, I don't see no signs of leaking. That's dark right there, probably just because it got hot, I would say. But yeah, I think we'll just have to leave that alone for right now. The plug don't look bad anyway, so we'll just work around that and clean everything up and go from there. I did notice some minor scores in the cylinder. It looks worse than it is. It's really not that bad. You can still see home marks in it from where it was made. And I just set the head on here without a gasket. Best way to check for warps. I can't move it this way, but I can this way. So it's twisted just a little bit. Not too bad, but enough to possibly cause a head gasket not to seal. So we're going to surface the head. That way we make sure it'll get a good seal. So there's still a little bit of carbon left around here. You're not going to get all of it. It's not that critical, so we're just going to leave it alone. We're going to surface this now. This is a aluminum head and cast iron block. Alright, so I got some 150 grit paper to start with. This is WD-40 sprayed on it. Then we'll finish off with 220. Alright guys, I got that cleaned up pretty good. I was trying to get these scratches out. You can't even really feel them now, so I think we're good to go on that. It's a lot better than it was. It wasn't warped that bad. It came in real quick, so I cleaned up a little bit more of that carbon too while I was at it. I just got to spray this off, make sure there's no dirt in that spark plug, then throw it back on. Alright guys, I got the new head gasket here. This is the type I don't like. I like the old type that came off of it, but it's all I could get right now. And I'll put the part number in because I don't have it wrote down or anything at the moment. I did put a little bit of oil in the cylinder just to help it. I did spray some carburetor cleaner in there. So that's the right head gasket. Let me get the head. Clean that spark plug out. And line up the head bolts. Put the bolts in it. And put all but 2 because I got to work on that gas tank first. We'll get all these started here. Alright, so I flushed the tank out, put new fuel line on it, new filter. Found this inside the tank, like a piece of tape or something. I figured this is probably what caused the whole problem. Because it would run good for a while and just stop. The fuel would shut off. I figured this was floating around there and getting stuck on the intake on the outlet there, making it seal itself off. And then when I shot air through it, it forced it away from it or something. So I figure that's probably what the problem was. I don't know if somebody did that on purpose, you know, trying to get out of work or something, or if it was a joke on another mechanic somewhere, because that'd be hard to figure that out. But, alright, so now we're ready to torque the head bolts. And these are torqued at 190 inch-pounds. Remember to go in the crisscross pattern so you put the pressure on evenly. Alright, now to the carburetor. You get these two bolts right here. I'm going to leave the intake manifold on the engine. Then you got a linkage that'll hook in that back right here like most carburetors do. And you get that little tiny spring that's on that. And this solenoid here, it just bolted to this, and we're just going to leave it off to the side here. Then the whole carburetor will come off. Then we'll look at it on the bench and see what we got to do to it. Alright, so this is the big updraft carburetor. I'm not going to go into too much detail on the video on rebuilding this carburetor because I have other videos on the updraft carburetors and they're all very similar. The problem seems to be the needle valve is not sealing right, because you can blow air through here, and when it's upside down it shouldn't be blowing air, it's still seeping through. So I figure just a needle on the seat is the problem, but I got a complete kit for it, so we'll be replacing this gasket and the adjustment screws and everything else we can do on it. I think this carburetor's been rebuilt before. It looks like a new adjustment screw. And you can always tell when they've been apart before. So hopefully we can get this out and get into it and fix the problem. Oh yeah, it wasn't even tight. That right there's enough to make it leak. This has to seal inside that chamber or it'll just let gas flow out. So that's another part of the problem. I'm thinking the needle valve is the main problem on this. Alright, so I finally got the nozzle out. It chewed up pretty good. This has been cleaned before, as you can see. Looks like somebody went a little crazy with cleaning the holes out. But luckily we got a new one in the kit. You can get these kits off eBay real cheap. I'll put the part number in. And it's a complete rebuild kit. There'll be some parts that may not apply to your carburetor, but you should have everything you need to rebuild it. So let me get this apart and we'll look at it. We're going to split it right here. We're not going to be dealing with the Welsh plug. I don't have no reason to get into here to work on anything. Everything I need to do is right here. Alright guys, you never know what to expect on something like this. We got a perfectly clean carburetor here. You can see where somebody has scraped all the dirt out before and cleaned it up real good. But the problem I'm seeing, first of all, the float pin is kind of rusted up. And that right there could be enough to make the float hang up now and then. And the needle looks worn. It's got the rubber tip on there. So I'm going to change that and the float pin and put a new gasket in here. And then we're going to see what happens. Everything else looks to be in real good shape. So hopefully that's all we need. So I'm going to do this real quick and we're going to put it back on there and see what happens. Alright, don't appear to be no gas leaking. I got it choked. We'll get ready to try to start. See what happens. gas leaking. I think we're good to go now. Alright guys, I let it cool down real good, then I retorqued the head bolts and got about a quarter turn on each one of them. I'll probably do it again after it cools down again just to make sure it'll be alright. I did change the oil in it. Put 30 weight in it. So it should be good to go. I didn't see no metal or anything like that in the oil. So should be good to go. Now I shut the fuel off and ran the gas out of the carburetor. Wrapped the rope up here so it should be ready to go. Well guys, it made the generator a lot quieter, and the muffler looked like it was made for it almost, don't it? Well, if you got any questions or comments about this type of generator or engine, feel free to leave a comment below, and I'll try my best to answer you and get back to you as soon as I can. So thanks for watching guys, I'll catch you on the next one.